Hey guys, I've just recorded the whole episode and I wanted to add an intro. This is by far probably the episode of the Sunday Catch-Up that I'm most excited about. And in some ways, it feels odd to actually give this one away for free. Normally, this kind of content is the sort of stuff that is behind the paywall inside the club. Watch it till the end. There are 4 things I've put at the end that literally can change your life overnight, and I'm beyond excited to share this one with you guys. I hope you love it. Have a beautiful day. Hello everyone. I hope you've had a lovely week. I've been up north in the Highlands in the countryside, and I just got back. And it's always such a weird mix of excitement and overwhelm getting back from the country to the city. But I'm looking forward to spending some time in Edinburgh connected to the realm of infinite potential that is the city. It's good to get back. I've been thinking about you guys. I've been thinking about your dreams and your visions. And I thought today it could be cool to speak about the ideal self as a concept, and a concept we can use to actually make our lives better. During COVID, my whole life as I knew it was taken away from me. I went from touring over the world. I had this suitcase in my hall that I lived out of, literally. And I remember the cool thing about COVID was having friends come back and be around, friends that were not necessarily around the rest of the time were again, and that was a really nice thing. And my oldest friend, Jamie, was back from being down south, and he was staying with his girlfriend's parents in this big, beautiful house in an affluent bit of Edinburgh. And I cycled over one night to have a beer with him and sit in the garden and look at the trees, and I was cycling home from there back to my place, and I felt this overwhelming desire. I think desire is a volume. Sometimes it's low, sometimes it's high, and how connected you are to it really dictates the quality of your life. I was cycling back. I felt this overwhelming desire to grow, to evolve, to build a family, to build richness in my life, financially, to build richness in my life in terms of culture and experience and friendships. And really I found myself at this junction at that time where I was still sort of living a life that I'd created before I was a dad. Rosa was only 2 at this time. And I found myself with one foot in each world. And I found this strong, strong desire on this cycle home to move into this new evolved part of myself. And that was the first experience I had with really meeting my ideal self and noticing the distance between where I was and where I needed to be. And since then, I managed to build 2 online businesses. I managed to build 500,000 followers. I managed to build financial success. I managed to build a whole new friendship circle, and I managed to manifest my ideal place to live and my ideal lifestyle. And I thought it could be fun on today's episode to talk about how you can do that too, if you want to. What is your ideal self? It's the most evolved part of you. Your ideal self is not so much to do with the physical attributes of success that you manifest, though they're fun and though they're interesting. It's to do with actually becoming the most evolved part of yourself. That's what you're really craving. So there's a bit of a formula here. Your ideal self is the distance between you and where you want to be. Your ideal self is also your vision plus patience plus determination. And that equals your ideal self. How do you uncover your vision, you might be thinking? Well, that's great if you know your vision. I don't know my vision. How do I uncover it? If you want to uncover your vision, connect to honesty, detach from social virtues, detach from the concept of how do I make mum happy? How do I make dad happy? How do I make my ex happy? And look at your desires with pure and true honesty. Your desire could simply be, I want to have people who think I'm great around me in my life. It could be, I want to have more money. It could be, I want to look great in front of the mirror. Your true desire doesn't need to be virtuous. And here's why. Anything which is a true desire requires involvement. The difference between a true desire and a false desire is a true desire will require you to evolve. And anything that requires you to evolve will require you to create virtue anyway. If a guy wants to grow a lot of muscle, he's going to have to learn discipline. He's going to have to learn patience. He's going to have to learn determination. If a woman wants to learn to have savings, she's going to have to learn discipline, patience, and determination. There's no exception to this rule. In order to create your ideal self, you have to learn patience, determination, and discipline. So don't worry about the desire being pure, because no matter what the initial impulse comes from, you're going to purify it through right action anyway. So don't worry about it. Just get honest with yourself. Really get honest with yourself. Really give yourself permission to want the house and the body and the money and the relationships that you would want for yourself, for you, not for your mum, not for your dad, not for your partner, not for your friends, not for your old teacher, not for the people who you went to school with, for you. Now, how do you generate the patience and determination needed to attain your goal? It's very simple. Courage. Courage is what you need. You don't need anything other than courage, but you do need a whole heap of courage. If you want to build an amazing body, if you want to build financial success, if you want to build a great friendship circle, if you want to manifest your dream place to live and be, you need courage. What's more, if you want to uncover your most amount of courage, you need to actually understand what feelings are. Most people don't. Think about this. You're either lying down, or you're standing, or you're sitting, and the rest is feeling. What's feeling? It's a vibration in the body. So that shame that you're so afraid of, that embarrassment you're so afraid of, that sense of looking stupid that you're so afraid of, is actually the thing you need to embrace. It's a vibration in the body. If you knew this, if you understood this, you'd have no problems creating your ideal self. The crazy thing is, your ability to be stupid or wrong or embarrassed is how you create your ideal self. Let me say that again, because it's so important. The crazy thing is your ability, notice I'm saying ability, to feel stupid or wrong or embarrassed is how you create your ideal self. Not only is it something not to avoid, it's actually something to embrace. The more you avoid mistakes, the more mistakes you make. What do I mean by this? The more you avoid mistakes, the more mistakes you make. The only mistake you can make is not pursuing your ideal self, not pursuing your most evolved self, not pursuing your dream. Because we're all going to be dead and gone forever soon anyway. So the only mistake you could possibly make is not to go after what you want in your life. Therefore, the more you avoid mistakes in life, the more mistakes you make. Okay, how are you going to do it? How are you going to create your ideal self? There's actually only 4 things you need to do, and they're very simple. Number 1, take all of your 10-year goals, and you know what I mean, those goals that you have in the back of your mind, in the back of your consciousness, that you think, I'm going to get right, I really am going to do that. Give me 10 years, and I'm going to make that happen. Make your 10-year goals happen in 6 months. And watch how setting the goal of making it happen in 6 months changes all your actions. Because when you have 10 years, you're giving yourself permission to delay today. But if you make your 10-year goals 6 months, there's no chance that you can't take some action today. Number 2, if today was a special occasion, how would I act? If today was a special occasion, would I take my kid out for a little bit of breakfast and look into their eyes? Would I wear my best clothes? Would I wear that lovely watch I've got sitting away somewhere? Would I reach out to my family and tell them that I love them? This is the thing, your ideal self is available to you in the present moment, right now. All you need to do is close the gap. Number 3, accept that creating your ideal self is boring and embarrassing. What do I mean by this? If you want to make an album, if you want to write a book, if you want to build a business, you're going to experience a lot of emotion on that journey. And a lot of the emotion you're going to feel is boredom, because success is stacked on the back of just a lot of very boring days where you're not getting what you want, a lot of frustration, a lot of irritation that you're not where you need to be. And one way that you can get rid of that irritation is by stopping the pursuit of the goal. And it will feel good in the moment because you no longer have to feel the boredom of not getting closer. And it is boring. Embarrassment, public-facing work is the only way to get your work out there to the world. So you're going to feel embarrassed at times. You're going to try new things in front of people. It's not going to work. You're going to fail. You're going to fail publicly. It's going to feel embarrassing. Now that sounds quite nice and sort of innocent and calm, but actually embarrassment is the worst emotion. It's effectively shame. It's the worst emotion that you can feel in your body. So if you're good at it, if you're good at feeling it, it's a superpower. If you're good at feeling bored and embarrassed, you can have anything that you want, I'm telling you. Everything that you want is on the other side of boredom and embarrassment. And you might hear me say that and think, oh, that sounds easy. It's not easy, because the boredom and embarrassment isn't like a one-time deal. I'm talking about, can you feel bored and embarrassed for years? Because if you can, you're going to get everything you want. Take it from me as someone, I have everything that I want. I'm looking forward to building more of my ideal self. But right now, everything I have is a manifestation of a vision and a dream that I've created for myself. I wanted to have a lot of followers. I wanted to have financial success. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to live where I live. I wanted to have a great relationship with my daughter. I wanted to have a good friendship circle. I wanted to have the boundaries I needed within my family unit to feel like a grown-up. I wanted to have a sound state of mind. I wanted to have peace and tranquility. And I have it, and I've created it. And I have a tremendous capacity to feel boredom and embarrassment. I've felt levels of boredom and levels of embarrassment that are hard to even comprehend on the journey. So stop expecting that you can do it without feeling those two things. Number 4, the last point I want to leave you with today is celebrate your wins. The way I choose to celebrate my wins is just going to the hairdresser, having a little meal out. I eat out pretty much every day, because it's like a little reward system and it feels nice. It feels good to have someone bring me a plate and care for me. It feels good to have someone shave my face and care for me in that way. It feels good to celebrate myself every single day. Wear a nice watch. It feels good. Celebrate the wins. Don't wait to celebrate yourself, because none of us know how long we have. Get used to looking at your life as a thing to celebrate. Every day ought to be your birthday, because every day it might be your last. Like you have no guarantee that you're going to get another 50 years. I fully intend on living for another 70 years, and I'm excited about that. And also, I watched my dad go in front of me way before his time. I watched teenage friends go before their time. I watched people go. And it taught me that you have to celebrate the wins, that you have to make today count. It has to be today, guys. Has to be. Hope this has got you fired up. If you're not already in the club, this is just the tip of the iceberg of stuff that we have going on in the club. There's 3 channels in the WhatsApp: coaching, songwriting, and general. There's hours of content, there's documentaries, there's 40 Sunday catch-ups in there to keep your mind sharp. There is movies in there. There's musical content if you just like the music. More importantly, it's keeping human art alive in this new age of streaming, in this new age of AI. If you want to support me, if you want to support my little girl, support my mission at the low cost of $1.50 a month, click the link in the top comment. Come and join us there, and we will look forward to welcoming you with open arms. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Have a beautiful week. I shall chat to you soon. Cheers.